This is your reading for December 2019, and one message is coming through really strong for everyone that it's very important that I say before we get into your signs reading, and that is 2019 for all of us on this soul journey, on this soul path, on this path to becoming a human embodiment of your higher self, of the Christ consciousness, of the divine energy, however you want to think about it. All of us on this path in very different specific ways in each of our lives have been healing in 2019. This has been a year of healing, of restoring your heart, of expanding your heart, of expanding your capacity to love and to be a conduit of that divine energy, however you do think of it, in the physical, on this planet, and therefore, transforming the entire planet into that new earth, or that heaven on earth, right? So, since the year has been about healing, the year is now ending. It's over. It's done, and the healing is complete. So the message from Spirit is it's very, very important as you move forward into the next year, into the next chapter, into that higher incarnation of you. It's very important that you do not take that which you have healed with you, that you let that which you have healed stay behind, that you let that weight, because it is weighty, it is heavy, that you let that emotional ballast and all those things that you have healed, that you have been divinely healed from, whether it's from past lives or earlier in this life, that you let them go and stay behind in 2019 and before. So as 2020 starts, 2020 and beyond, you're going to be going up, ascending so rapidly, because you're not going to have that weight anymore. So really important message is just let it go. Let all of that which you've healed, be complete. Let those karmic cycles be complete. And that will lighten you and allow you to ascend, move up very quickly now as we move into this new year. So here's your messages for your sign. Thank you so much for just allowing me to be a part of your year, and we will connect again soon. Bye. Sagittarius, this is your reading for December 2019. This is for you, Sagittarius, your holy guides, angels, archangels, asking them to come in with any guidance that they would like you to have for this month. What would they like you to know for your greatest good and highest purpose? Whoa. So definitely Temperance came flying out. And Temperance is about that feeling of, or that process of integrating. So you have done a lot of healing. You're really in an alchemizing state this month, Sagittarius. You are alchemizing. So you're taking those things which you have healed, and you're really seeing things in a powerful way. And it's different from the magician, because the magician is channeling that divine power and aligning that to bring in what the magician wants. With Temperance, you're literally, like turning one thing into another. Wow. And then here we have all this orange. This is talking about the sacral chakra creation. So this is really this kind of like conceptual feeling of you working with what you've healed, working with what you know, and something really beautiful and new is coming out of that this month. Sagittarius, you're really creating something brand new with the divine, but in a different way than the magician. This is much more internal. It's like all the ingredients of you and your journey, what you've been going through, it's like out of that is coming this amazing product. It's not just aligning and attracting in. They're showing me like an easy bake oven. It's like something's been baking, right? And now it's coming out. Okay, nice. So you do have the 5 of Cups. And, you do have the Magician too. Okay, very nice. So you have this Temperance and the Magician. So something's being created in you, and it's coming through you. and you're magnetizing in all these things you want. Okay, so right in the middle is this Five of Cups. And fives are change, they are shift. So a lot of what's happening here is going to hinge on you letting go of the heaviness of the old. It's exactly what we're talking about in the introduction, where, you know, to go to this next level, to go to this next dimension, you're really going to be leaving things behind. Old sadness, old things that you have healed, as shown by this Temperance card here. You've already healed these things, so you can drop them. And as you do that, you're going to be more and more in this powerful magician energy. Not only is something being created in you, through you, but you're also attracting in all of these amazing things into your life. But this is going to be key. This letting go of the heaviness, of the sadness, is definitely going to be key. Oh yeah, because that's going to open all the doors. Because you have the Seven of Cups. So as you let go of that heaviness, that sadness, you're going to see these doors come flying open all around you. I mean, this is all very magical energy for December. Yeah, very much about alchemy, about things being just like presto, you know, like here, you put this in, you put that in, and then out came this amazing creation of you and the divine. And then once you see the results of that in December, whatever that creation is, then what happens is it's like a chain reaction. It's like dominoes. It's like, oh, now this, now this, now this, now this. It's going to lead to all these amazing other things. So it's like your life in a couple months, Sagittarius, is not going to resemble anything like what right now, but you have the seed. Okay, so like this is domino number one. And then by the time you get to like the spring, all of these dominoes have, you know, fallen, but in the best way, because each one has opened a door. Because once you see this creation that's happened through you letting go of the healing, you know, the stuff you've healed, and through you allowing this cool alchemization process to happen within you, with your own, you know, magic is the word they're showing me, like that, just that magical thing that's happening in you, then you can start attracting in all these other things, then these doors can open. So just remember that 5 is key to the change, and that 5 is you letting go of anything that's sadness, anything that's heaviness, anything that's from the past, anything that you have already healed, even though it's like, well, I've healed this, but it still hurts, you know, and that's normal, that's natural. But every time that old pain comes back, you're going to shift into, okay, but what do I want to manifest? Because then you have that magician. So, you know, oh, that old wound, it kind of got poked. Well, what can I shift into now? Because the mind will go like, oh, here we go again. We're going into old pain. You're not going to allow that to happen, because you have this Emperor energy, which is very confident, very much in control. You're not going to allow that mind or that devil energy to come in and trick you into thinking you're not in power. Yep. And you may have to kind of, in December, Sagittarius, you may have to remove yourself a little bit from, or a lot, from other people's energies. Kind of press that vacuum cleaner button, allow those cords to come back into yourself. That button on the vacuum that brings the cord in, just picture yourself pressing that and letting all your energetic cords come back in. Because the 8 of Cups, again, you're moving away from that past pain. And there may in December be, you know, little reminders of that pain here and there. Maybe like the people you have to see around the people you see around the holidays, maybe kind of poking those old wounds, activating that. But the 8 of Cups is about you moving toward healing. It's about, see, they're going into a new horizon. They're going into the things that they once feared with the moon and the darkness. So you're leaving the sadness behind. So it's a really strong message for you that in December, all the stuff that was sad, all the stuff that you've healed, all the difficult stuff from earlier in this life and from previous lives, you're leaving there. You're leaving there. You have done the healing, and now it's time to experience those new levels with the magician, you know, those new levels of your life, of your soul expression in this human body, in this human life. But you do have the 2 of Swords, which is showing you do have to choose your direction. You have to choose your thoughts. When I say direction, that we tend to think of direction as some big moment, like a crossroads. But no, this is about every single thought, every single action, every single word, making sure that it's in alignment with that new life and not in alignment with that old sadness, right? So even when you just hear yourself talking, if you hear yourself talking about any of those old wounds, or like we say with this with Hermit card here, somebody else starts talking about something, that's from the past that you've already healed and released, you're just going to take in that moment, ask for your guides, say, please help me shift into this new time, what I do want. Step back from that energy, whatever is being provoked there, and then realign. Okay, and it's not easy. It sounds much easier than it is, but you can do this because you have that temperance power from the balance that you've come into within yourself. So you're doing a great job. Okay, so let's see what the oracle message is for you from the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine deck. All right, for Sagittarius, thank you, for December. Thank you. For Sagittarius, what would you like Sagittarius to know? Rebirth. Rebirth. This is a beautiful card in this deck. It's that Two of Swords was talking about. This rebirth, really aligning your thoughts, your actions with your new reality, with your new you. That Five of Cups, that Eight of Cups, that was all about the old you, and that was all about the legacy and the past lives and the past pain and the lessons. And this rebirth card is you in your completely new reborn state, so none of that old is part of it. So it's really picturing all that as coming off just like a husk and being left in the past. Okay, so you can rise up. There's a lot of energy in your reading, Sagittarius, about that rising up. And you're rising up, I gotta say, out of a lot of heavy karma. There was a lot of heavy emotional karma, particularly around relationships. This is the codependency card. It talks about, and here you see a married couple, but they have this shackle here. So in this rebirth, there's going to be a complete redefinition for you and reinvention of what it means to be in any kind of relationship, but definitely a romantic relationship. So when we talked about the hermit energy, of bringing your energy in, of bringing your cords kind of in, you can still be in relationships, but it's going to be very important this month that you be letting this new you, this higher self you, aligned self, lead the way, particularly in any kind of relationship. Because see how they are shackled. You are the people you are connected to. Not all of them may be at the place in the temperance process that you are, right? The balancing process. So you're going to need to be leading the way, listening to your guidance, of course, and then setting the tone, saying, okay, these types of things used to work for me, but they don't anymore in relationships. So even if you're in the relationship with the same person as from the past, you're going to be completely redefining how that goes, how those conversations go, how that treatment goes. And you're going to say, okay, well, I understand I was that person then. This is how we kind of interacted then, but I'm different now. And now I have, different requirements of how we interact. And whether people adapt or not to that is going to be their free will, but you're going to be walking your path, and that's all you can do. And you can do when you do that, when you're kind of setting the tone for these new relationships, you can ask the divine, your team, please use me as a light. Please use me to help others heal or release. And, ask that you be used in those relationships, because you're definitely being moved forward rapidly with your tarot spread and with these cards. It's showing, things are really, it's like that domino thing we talked about. One thing's just going to lead to another in the new year, and it's going to happen very, very, very quickly. Change. And it's all going to be, connected. So you're going to do one thing in this rebirth state, in this newly rebalanced state. It's going to cause another door to open, another door to open. Meanwhile, you're attracting in all these things that you are as the magician. So things are changing quickly. And anyone who's going to kind of come with you in that is going to need to get in the vibration that you're in. See how he's like up above the clouds and he's, not really on the earth. So that's where you're going to be. And if someone wants to, go there with you, then they're going to need to get up there with you. Okay, that's just all there is to it, because you are definitely rising, ascending, and I've been hearing the message a lot from Spirit for this month. You cannot take it with you. You can't take the old with you. You can't take the stuff that was from the old life with you. Does that mean that no one from your life before is going to be in your life now? No, it doesn't mean that. But in the old energies, no, they won't be. In the new energies, yes. Adapting can happen, change can happen, redefinition of relationships can happen, rebirth. Okay? So because of these changes, you may find yourself feeling a little bit, in your head. You may get up in your head and go, but wait, what does that mean? What do all these changes mean? What am I supposed to do? And the solution when you get here is going to be focus on what your guides are showing you in that moment. And don't get too beyond that. This chopped wood card is like the Eight of Pentacles, which is the divine's giving you your guidance piece by piece. Focus only on that next piece. Do not get lost in what is the big picture, where is this leading me? It's really hard as humans to do that, but it is the key as you continue to rise up. Yeah, because the divine is creating a new beginning for you. And see how it's like a spontaneous, bang. That yang energy, again, that's action. Just like you had with the god of action here, Thor. Action, action. And this is a very masculine energy. This is a very, it's a burst of lightning here. It's a burst of flame here. So as you follow that guidance in every step, you don't even have to figure out how these things are going to work, because that's where the divine is coming in and going, bam. Remember that card, Temperance, your very first card, had that orange, that sacral chakra energy, something being created, and very explosively and rapidly through you, okay? Because all the conditions are perfect with that Temperance card, because you've done all this alchemization within you, okay? So good work. Now just sort of stay on, we just got a confirmation noise, so good work on everything you've done. Just stay in that, focusing on moment to moment, and don't let your mind pull you into trying to figure everything out right now. Okay. So because you have that action card and that yang burst card, with this card which says wake up call, I'm really getting that the things that are going to be happening with you this month, you're really going to be used powerfully to show other people what's possible, divinely. And they're gonna look at you, see the work you've been doing, and go, wow. Like your life, you're going to be a testimony to what the divine can do. So just know that you are helping others wake up just by following your path, just by doing these things. That's not always easy, because when people wake up, even in the morning, we're like not happy, we're grumpy, we're like, why'd you wake me up? I want to go back to sleep. It's not always well received, right? So as this kind of waker-upper agent that you're being used as, you may feel a little on your heels, because you may get that thing of like, well, like we said, you're redefining relationships, you're leading the way. That may not be received all warm, touchy-feely all the time. But that's when you're going to laugh at your demons. That's what you're going to laugh at. You're going to stay in that high vibration when faced with anything that feels like a trigger, And again, easier said than done. Just like, ha ha, when somebody's really in your face, to just like literally laugh at it. But really know that like these old buttons you used to have, they don't even work anymore, because you've done that healing. So you're going to be reassessing who you are in these relationships, who you are in your own life. And your guidance is just to focus one step at a time on the guidance that's being given to you, because that is going to be opening all kinds of doors this month, causing all kinds of chain reactions, and causing these explosive, really cool new beginning things to happen for you. Please keep me updated. Please let me know how this resonates. And I'm wishing you a wonderful holiday and New Year's. We'll connect again soon. Bye.